The weather has turned cold. Hey, Whitney. And most of my chipmunks are hibernating, except for 2 of them. Guess which 2 chipmunks are not hibernating? How you doing, Whitney? So I have 2 chipmunks that are still out. Who thinks they know what 2 chipmunks are still with Daddy? Any guesses? You got it, Whitney. My little Dinky and my little Squishy. Let us take a look and see where the Dinky is. My little Dinky and Mushy's hibernating. Last year, Mr. Dinky stayed out with Daddy the whole winter. My little Squishy, she's still not hibernating either. We're gonna wait for the Dinky. Thank you, Zoe, for the badge. Love you. We'll give Mr. Dinky a second. There comes Dinky. Dinky comes from the dark area this time of year for safety. We'll see him pop over here. But who would believe it? Thank you, Miss Whitney, for the badge. I love you. Mr. Dinky! It's the great Dinky! Come on, Dinky. Look at that. Daddy's gonna have a chipmunk. Hi, Corky. Thank you, Corky. Daddy's gonna have chipmunk Dinky all winter. Look at the Dinky. My angel Dinky. Who would believe it? Look at that Dinky. There's the Dinky. Daddy's gonna sit out here, so this is gonna give me time to spend with Dinky like I used to. And I'll be able to sit here with Dinky today and Squishy for probably 6-7 hours. I know, Mr. Dinky needs a coat, you're right. Hi to everyone in Spain. Let's wait for the Dinky to come back. So this year, I'm going to do something I didn't do last year. And we're going to do live videos all throughout the winter with Dinky and Squishy, my 2 hearts. Hi, Casey. Mr. Dinky is looking plump. Hi to everyone in Brazil. Sending our love. So let's give Dinky a second. I will, Hassan. I'm going to tell him right now for you, Hassan. There comes Mr. Dinky. Mr. Dinky! Mr. Dinky! Hassan wanted to send his love to you, Dinky. Look at this Dinky. My precious angel. Who would believe it, Dinky? Daddy's gonna get his beautiful Dinky all year. Feed the chickies, Dinky. There goes the Dinky. Thank you, Synthwave. We're gonna wait for the Dinky again. May even give Dinky some pets this time. Thank you, Ken, for the badge. We love you, Ken. Let's wait for the Dinky. The great Dinky. I truly feel blessed to have chipmunks that want to be with me all year. It makes it easier on me as far as missing all my babies the whole year. So they do hibernate, and they're supposed to, but Boris is hibernating. What I just did, guys, is before I got on my live, I went to all my chipmunks and I checked, and thank you, Corky, and I saw who was hibernating. Here comes Dinky. We're gonna give the Dinky some pets, and then Daddy's gonna have to hold Dinky when we get off. Mr. Dinky! There's the Dinky! Mr. Dinky! My precious baby. So what you don't get to see me do is hold and pet my chipmunks. Here you go, Dinky. Here you go, Dinky. Mr. Dinky. Here's a good Dinky. There's my Dinky. So we're going to walk around, and we're going to see if Squishy wants to come out of her hole. I was feeding Squishy at her house. My precious little Cookie. So, Cookie, this is where she lives, and as you can see, her hole is dug in. The nuts I left her, I cover them with leaves. So if she needs food. This is where I fed Boris for the past 3 years, up here. This is where Boris will hide in the winter if he needs to come out to get food. There's Boris's water. And we'll actually walk over to Boris's house. I'll show you where Boris lives. My wonderful neighbors. What people don't realize is I feed chipmunks on 10 different properties, and all of my neighbors are wonderful. You want me to feed Dinky from the other side? Thank you, Zoe, so much for the badge. But my neighbors welcome me on all their properties. So this is Boris's house. He lives in this garden right there. Daddy will eat Boris food. Now, as you can see, the hole is closed. That's why the food isn't going down. So I cover it here. And if I check back on it later, and for some reason Boris wakes up out of hibernation, I will be here to give him everything he needs. So I do feed Mr. Dinky on the other side, and I'll start showing people videos of that. And once I feed Mr. Dinky on the other side, I'll be putting out the videos. So this is Sweetie's house. As you can see, there's the nuts I left her. She's hibernating. I have a million filled cheeks of Squishy, and I will put one out for you, I promise. What I promise you guys is that I have saved all of my best videos, and the reason I did was I had 2 videos. TikTok just contacted me 2 days ago and said 2 of my videos won awards for best videos of the year. So I just didn't feel like I should put out anything else this year. But starting next year, I am going to show videos of Squishy, Dinky, and all my chipmunks like you've never seen. So my little Squishy, she's up. Squishy! This is where I put Squishy's food. Right here, my precious Squishy. We can wait a second and see if she's here yet. Squishy! Thank you, Ken, for the badge. Squishy! We gave Squishy a few. She may come right now. I've been feeding the Squishy at her house. Squishy! My precious angel Squishy. Squishy! No, you will see recent videos of them. I have thousands of videos. It's just certain videos that I put out. I'm saving all of my most amazing videos. I have them in a special file. And last I looked, I have over 700 videos of my chipmunks that are unlike any other chipmunk videos you've ever seen. But yeah, I'll be releasing videos still that are newer, just, you know, maybe not quite as special. Hey guys, wait, I know the Squishy's here. I fed you Squishy earlier. We'll give Squishy a second. I was gonna do a separate live for Squishy. This is Squishy's house, right here. That's where the Squishy lives. And her hole is wide open. Thank you everyone who bought a badge today. So this time of year, I'm not going to be spending as much on nuts because I'm not feeding 20-something chipmunks right now. So if you donate a badge, you're doing it just to support me. I mean, honestly, I have enough nuts for the rest of fall. And so I confirmed they're in hibernation because my chipmunks come to me every day. And around this time of year, when the weather hits right around 40, which it is today, they will cover their holes. Now, sometimes they'll come out and uncover their holes. But just for me being with my chipmunks going on 5 years, I know which ones hibernate early, which ones hibernate later. The babies, they always hibernate a little earlier. Thank you, Corky. I really appreciate that. But then, like I said, I have Dinky and Squishy, two of my angels. They stay with Daddy all year. Let's wait for the Dinky. Mr. Dinky! So, people wonder why. Thank you. I will give you my address on Messenger. Thank you so much. People wonder why I'm over here feeding Dinky instead of the other side. And it's because with Dinky, I don't want to put other nuts by his hole. Because I don't want other chipmunks going to where Dinky lives. So we keep Dinky's house hidden. The great Mr. Dinky. Thank you for the badge. Thank you guys so much. I can't thank you guys. I mean, I gotta be honest with you guys. I have been blessed, and my chipmunks have made me, as far as money on TikTok to help pay to feed them. But when you guys donate to me, all it does is encourage me to go out and feed more and find more chipmunks, which I already have this year. I have 3 new babies. I got one of Squishy's, another one of Squishy's that I found, and I got another one of Mushy's that I found. And it just sets me up for next year to increase my chipmunks. Mr. Dinky! Let's see if we can get the Dinky back. And we'll take a little walk. Thank you. I will definitely send you my address. And I look forward to getting the nuts from Turkey. Sending all my love to everyone in Turkey. So let's give Dinky a second here. It truly just warms my heart to be able to see Mr. Dinky. Corky, I will take you up on that. I will buy a beer and I will send you a toast and tell my friends it's from Corky. Thank you so much. So also this winter, I'm going to show you owls and hawks that are out here and show you how I get rid of them to leave the area. So this is my Bubba's house. We're going to take a look at Bubba to see if Bubba... So I covered Bubba's hole. This is Bubba's house. Okay, now, There's the nuts. Let's take a look down here. Can you see those nuts there? So Bubba is dug in and he's hibernating. I covered the hole. The temperature here is in the 40s, which for chipmunks is usually when they start hibernating. Let's take a look at the Dinky here. Mr. Dinky may have loaded up. Let's see. Yeah, Hishkabibble's been hibernating actually for about, I would say 3.5 weeks. He went early. So, yeah, I just took you to Bubba's home. Bubba is one of my favorite chipmunks, and the videos I have of Bubba that I can't wait to show you are just some of the best videos on the internet of any chipmunk ever. This is my little Shushi. She hibernated about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. Here's her hole, and you can see the fresh dirt. See this fresh dirt? That means she dug in. So there's the nuts I left her. The seed, not going down. Thank you for the badge. But you can see when there's fresh dirt, that means they dug their hole in. So there's my little Shushi. So I do want to take you guys to a special place. And this place is where I come, and if someone I know is ill or going through hard times, it's where I come and pray. And this area here is where my first chipmunk ever, Stinky, lived. It's right here. And I swore I would never feed another chipmunk here again. So Shushi lives close to it. But my first chipmunk ever, I closed it off with sticks here. This is where Stinky lived, right here. And I'll come and actually still stick my hand in her hole, toss some dirt, and say a prayer for anyone who's in need of a special prayer. But it's never easy coming back up here to my original baby's house. I spent so many hours, because when I got started with chipmunks, this was the chipmunk I spent all day with, and she taught me everything about chipmunks. And to this day, I just miss her so much. So she lived back in the woods here, and what happened was we have owls and hawks that were in these trees. And after she died and got left me, I learned what I had to do to keep the hawks and the owls from getting my chipmunks. So if you look at this tree here, I took all the branches that an owl or a hawk could stand on, and I took them off. So as you see, there's no branches, and I made tunnels. So there's a tunnel for Shushi, a tunnel for Shushi, a tunnel for Shushi, because Shushi lives back here, and Shushi can make it over to her water source. And pretty much this area is going to be hard for any hawk or owl to get any of my chipmunks now. So I have videos of the owl that I believe got my chipmunk, and she's a beautiful owl. She's just doing what she is born to do. You know, I didn't harm it, and I actually walk up to the owl. So before I come out here, what I'll do is I'll walk the whole property and make sure there's no owls, no hawks, no cats. And then once I clear the area, then what I do is I start putting food out for my chipmunks and calling them. And then I keep moving. So if I stay at one spot too long, what can happen is a predator could come while I'm in one area. So I keep moving, and I make sure that they're safe. So we're walking up here. This is what I'll be doing the rest of the day, guys. I'll be feeding all my... So Herschel's area is here. You can see there's some food here. Now sometimes squirrels come and nab the food, but I'll know that because I won't stay in the same area too long. This is my beautiful Squeegee's area. So Squeegee, I don't know if she's hibernating because Squeegee lives in those logs up in those hills. But Squeegee comes to me every day, and when she doesn't come to me, I'm pretty sure she's hibernating. She hides right in these bricks here for Daddy. So this is a little hiding spot. I leave her food tucked away right there. There's some hazelnuts I just left. Squeegee's got water. There's her watering hole right there. So all my chipmunks have hidden water spots by their feeding stations. If we come over here, just to show you, there's Herschel's hidden water right there. So up here, this is where my oldest chipmunk lives, and this is Mushy's play area. I put a bunch of sticks where Mushy can run around, and there's Mushy's area. So Mushy's probably hibernating right there. There's her food. There's her water. So no, my chipmunks still get food. So by me coming outside during the spring, summer, and early fall, my chipmunks can forage with safety because I'm out here. So what I focus on giving my chipmunks are nuts that they're gonna need to last the winter. So even in the summer and spring when I'm giving them hazelnuts and stuff, I know that most of it they won't need, but I still do it just so to make sure they always have food. A chipmunk will still eat and hunt for the foods they want. So that's a good question, what you asked. So it looks like Mr. Dinky's taking a little break. So in the winter, when it gets cold out, as you can see, Mr. Dinky's still not back out. Mr. Dinky has a special watering hole, by the way. Mr. Dinky, he actually takes baths. And I will show you one day, there's his water hole. Look at that. And Mr. Dinky will take a bath there. So what I'm going to do real quick, while we're here, is I'm going to get my water out and show you some of my hidden water spots for my chipmunks and good tips on how to hide water. If you're trying to put water out for chipmunks, you have to be careful where you put it, because in the summer when it's really hot, predators are going to find that watering spot. So if the predator finds it, now you just put your chipmunks in more danger. So you want to hide the watering spots, and you don't want to make them too big. So I'll sort of show you some of my watering spots. So I'm going to fill the water. Give me a second, guys. I take a big pitcher like this. And I usually do this at the end of the day, but I want to do it for you guys now who want to feed chipmunks or wild animals. Okay. So I have some babies that live right around the side here. I got Mr. Inky that lives right over there at that tree. So here's the watering spot. It's tucked under, right there, where he has cover, and a bird that's flying over like a hawk won't see it. Over here, we're gonna check and see if Squishy's back out. So my little Squishy got the nuts, so I'm gonna play with Squishy today. And when I get her out, I maybe will come back on live for you. So Squishy, I can do different things to give her water. One is, I have a water right there hidden. Two, you can fill the base of the flower pots. Okay, because I have Squishy that I feed that lives right there, but I have two of Squishy's babies that live right over here. So I want them all to be able to come through this grass, wood, and get the food or the water. So now I'm walking around to the back. So one of my babies lives right here, right under there, and she goes there to get her water where I showed you. I have about 4 chipmunks that live back here in these woods, right here. And I put their water right here. There's the watering dish, right there. And it's very well hidden back here. In the woods, you really want to hide it. So it's right there. I'm going to take a couple of the leaves out of it. We're going to remove the leaves out of there. Okay, so the leaves are out of there. So it's very well hidden. And then I'll camouflage it. And that's for all my chipmunks that live in these wooded areas there. Over here, Mr. Fuji, Hishkabibble, Betty, Little Squishy, and I got a baby over here. I have the water hidden right here. There's their water, again camouflaged with leaves. I'm gonna take a couple of leaves out. So that's for these guys all back here, all hidden. We'll see if Betty, well, I'm here. I want to see if Betty was out. So there's the food I leave for Betty, right there. And Betty lives right over here. So she's hibernating, but I still leave that there. That way that little baby that lives over here, the baby that lives over here, if they want to come out for food, they can come out. If I see they're out, so I'll just show you while I'm back here. Mr. Fuji and me, this is our feeding area. And you'll see my nuts already here. There it is. Mr. Fuji's hibernating, but I'll still leave him there just in case he digs out. My little Fuji will have his food, and he hides in this tree waiting for me. And he lives right back there. And next spring, I'm going to take you guys through this path here and introduce you to a bunch of my chipmunks that I have not opened up. So this past year, I took people to this side of my chipmunk village. The first year, I only took people to the immediate area in my yard. So I actually have chipmunks on 10 properties, and each year I'll open up another area and show you guys a different part of my world. Like the other side of the street over there is a part of my chipmunk village. So I'm going to refill the water now, and then I'm going to show you some other watering spots I have. Give me one sec. I'm refilling the water. And I'm actually going to show you guys my main watering hole for all the chipmunks and animals in the back that may or may not be being fed by me. I have a universal hole. Squishy, Daddy's going to be back and we'll put you on live, okay, my baby? Alright, so I'm walking around, I'm doing my watering here first. Okay, so Boris, Sweetie, Sweet Potato, and I have a baby here. This is their water. So I have it right here. There's their water. I pull it in against the fence right here, and that's their watering spot. over here, since Cookie's a little baby, and Cookie will get kicked out of there. Cookie's watering spot is right there, hidden between these garbage cans. There's Cookie's water, right there. The great Mr. Dinky. So, I'm gonna put some water, hold on. Mr. Dinky demands only the freshest of freshest water. So we're doing this here. And Mr. Dinky likes to take baths. So he has a special water hole hidden right under the deck here. I'm gonna pull it out. This is the Dinky Bath Plus watering station. That's for Mr. Dinky. Right there. And I tuck it under here. And only Dinky and the squirrels know about that watering spot. Over here is my universal watering station. I got two big things. Let me get this plastic out of here. So I got one there, which I'm filling now. That's for Mr. Baba, Sushi, and all my other chipmunks that are over here. Now when I give Mr. Dinky water, he goes absolutely crazy, happy. Let's see. Mr. Dinky's probably taking a little break because he still left some nuts here. So, I gotta do one more fill up, guys, and walk up the hill. I gotta fill up Herschel's, Squeegee, and Mushy's water. And put a little bit more in the universal watering station. So, some other animals that I have that will be in videos of mine. I have turtles that live here because of my water. And I got turtles with Mr. Dinky videos. And wait until you see those. I'm grabbing my cup. Don't want to leave the cup there. I'm going to walk up here. This is Mr. SpongeBob's area. Right there. So I had babies all in that hill here. Right through here. And I load the babies up early because they cannot afford to stay outside because they'll get bullied by other chipmunks. So Herschel's definitely not out. Oh. We're going to fill Herschel's water. There's Herschel's water getting filled. We'll go check on your squeegee. So there's a chance squeegee's out because those nuts are not there. There's squeegee's water though, underneath the branch. So what I don't want to do this time of year is I don't want to put the nuts there for squeegee. The reason you don't want to put the nuts that, thank you so much for the badge, Jenny. So what you don't want to do is this time of year, you do not want to put the nuts on top of a tree stump like that. Because hawks, I've seen them hundreds of times. They like to attack animals running across trees. So you don't want to put the nuts there. I put them down there. Now I'll feed Squeegee here, but I will not make her come up here when I'm not here onto a tree stump or anything elevated off the ground. So we're going to leave this here for Squeegee. And there's a chance that when I do my live, when I'm out feeding Dinky and Squishy, there is a chance that my Squeegee may be out here. So I'll find out when I sit here. So we'll find that out. Now what you didn't see happen is I spilled my water jug. So I'm going to have to go back down and refill it, but I'll check to see if there's water here. So this is a water hole I have here. It's hidden very well because it's in the woods. And it needs to be refilled. Mushy, who is definitely hibernating, as you can see. Mushy's water hole is there, and she has enough when she comes out. And that's also for Chippy and the baby up there. So I will have to come back up here and fill more water. We'll go take a look real quick to see if the squeegee was here. I think it was a squirrel. I don't think squeegee will be out. That's very dangerous for squeegee to run across those logs. Squishy's in the front. She's not hibernating. So I'll sort of, one of my videos, lives, thank you Hickory Chicks for the badge. See, there's a squirrel I feed. He's right there. But one of my lives, I'll sort of show you what I do first when I get out in the day to start seeing my chipmunks. I have officially, even though I've been giving Squishy food today, I have not fed her yet the way I'm gonna feed her when I sit with her. So let's see. So Mr. Dinky's right here. You're gonna get to see the Dinky. Mr. Dinky! Mr. Dinky! Look at that! It's the great Dinky! So chipmunks are very scared of wind, and it's very windy. Because chipmunks use sound to hear for predators, and the wind blocks it. It's the great Mr. Dinky. So I just filled Mr. Dinky's water, and I told you, he gets really excited when he knows he can take another bath and have his fresh water place. Look at that Dinky. My beautiful Dinky. Feed the chickies, Dinky. There's the great Dinky. So I'm going to leave that for Dinky. And Dinky will probably get... Mr. Dinky says hi, Jenny. Mr. Dinky will get thousands of nuts from Daddy today. So my sweet Bubba. I'm going to go check on Bubba again. Because personally, I don't believe Bubba's hibernating. What I believe Bubba's doing is playing it safe today because Bubba hates the wind, and I'm correct. But no, Bubba did not get the nuts. If you look closely, there's the nuts still. So my Bubba's sleeping, my precious Bubba, who I spend so much time with Bubba. I miss my Bubba very bad. So let's check on one of my new chipmunks right here. Starting to go around now. This is one of my new babies. I'm going to fill her hole. I'm going to leave him right there. And she is not hibernating. I definitely know she's not. Hole is wide open. So I'm going to leave a couple at the edge here when I come around. And then I'll take care of this precious baby. And she'll be on my page next spring. And you guys can help me come up with a name for her. I still haven't named her yet. Take a look and see if this Dinky. Mr. Dinky! So, I'm going to make some very special videos this year. As soon as it gets cold out, a little colder, like 20 or 30 degrees, Dinky comes to me and I hold him. He actually stays on me for warmth. And I'm going to have my wife come out and I'm going to have her shoot videos of me with Dinky in the cold weather. And how he just snuggles on me and stays with Daddy. So, Mr. Dinky, I'm going to let him take his time. Who knows? He could be taking a bath. Because Daddy just put the fresh water out. So, we're going to go check on the Squishy. And my day just got started. It's 1:20 here. And I'll be out here with my babies till 6 o'clock at least. So I make sure this area stays free of predators. And for people who want to feed chipmunks or squirrels, the best friend you can have are blue jays in your property. Blue jays are the best at alerting all the other animals that there's predators around. So if you have blue jays and you hear a blue jay make a sound, they are letting you know there is a predator there and to hurry up and get over there. I'm refilling some hazelnuts right here. So I would be doing shelled, but I've given out probably 400 pounds of shelled. So I'm pretty sure my chipmunks don't need any more shelled right now. So now I'm just giving them food that they can possibly eat. Oh, let's go check on Squeaky. Thank you. So Squeaky, what happened this year is there was 2 trees. There was a tree there and a tree there. And those trees were oak trees that gave life to all these chipmunks that lived over here. Okay, so I introduced this part into my TikToks and my Instagram, and you're gonna see all the videos because I had to do extra work to let these chipmunks survive here because they don't have their food source anymore. There were hundreds of animals that lived off these 2 oak trees that went bad. So one of them is up here, Squeaky. And Squeaky's gonna need food from me still. Let's see where the Squeaky hole is. It's very hard. I covered it earlier. And there's Squeaky's house. As you can see, she's covered in right now. I don't know if you can see the nuts there. Yeah, the nuts are right there. So, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri. There's one of the squirrels I feed. And I have probably about 10 squirrels that follow me everywhere. And when I'm done with my chipmunks, I will feed the squirrels. They get hazelnuts too. I just don't feed them though like I do my chipmunks by hand. So Sweet Potato, who is absolutely precious, an angel of mine. Let me see where her hole is. It's hard to see in this time of year because I cover their holes. Let's see. Yep, there's Sweet Potato's house right there. Okay, and she has 2 houses. This is her other hole right there. And thank you so much. Actually, Jenny, the biggest thing for support is just you following me. I appreciate you guys. On TikTok, I can't talk to people. I have 11 million followers on there, but it's just, I can't talk to people. It's people from all over the world. They don't speak English. So my Instagram is more of my personal place to come, and I can talk to people and so on. So just you supporting me is more than anything to me. Thank you so much for that question, though. Let's see if the Squishy got the nuts. Squishy! So Squishy's feasting on all the nuts Dave's given her. Me little Squishy! We may see the Squishy now. We'll see. Thank you so much, Mert. Squishy! My little Squishy! So I'm leaving Squishy a lot of nuts here. And like I said, this time of year, thank you so much, Jenny. Squishy! I hope you guys can see Squishy before I get off. If not, I'm going to be doing a live again when I get Squishy out to feed her. Squishy, she's either in her house or she's underneath her built-in area. As you see, this is a complete porch. And I made a Squishy room underneath it where she can stay safely. So she's either there or in her house, but she's definitely out filling the cheeks. I'll leave Squishy a couple shelled. So, just so you know about chipmunks again, I'll show you real quick. Yeah, no, she's actually not napping. So my chipmunks, they see my car. I pull my car out of the garage, and if that car is there, actually she is definitely not napping. But what it is it's windy. Okay, so when it's windy out, like I said, chipmunks use sound. And when it's windy, the chipmunks can't hear for birds and different things as well. So they're very safe when it's windy. And today's a very windy, cold day. So to feed Squishy, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do it like this. I just left those for Squishy so she can get them. I'm going to go sit on the porch right there. And after about 5 minutes of me sitting on the porch, she's going to know it's safe. Because Daddy's staying here. I have to stay here, not quit moving around. So when I move around like this, she knows to eat down here and take it to her house. So that's what's going on with the Squishy. Oh, I think the Squishy may have came out. Let's see. Before I walk back to Dinky one more time for you guys. Squishy! Another sound that makes it hard for chipmunks to come out is this sound. You see these leaves? If they hear a crunch, this crunching sound, anywhere, it could be any reason, they run. That crunching sound could be a cat coming at them. So in the fall, these leaves, they sit and listen for the leaves cracking, and they know if the leaves crackle, there's something on the ground by them. So there's a lot of crackling going on today because there's a lot of leaves out. So Daddy's going to sit here and stay with her for her to come out and know she's safe. Squishy! But Mr. Dinky has the best house of anyone. He has a deck where he can see under it. And so Mr. Dinky feels more confident than any of my chipmunks. But Squishy's got the second best house. I mean, it's a pretty good house she has. So I'm going to walk back to Dinky. Then I'm going to end the live. And I'm going to make a little thank you video. And then later today, when I have Dinky and Squishy fully out, I'll do another live where I'm feeding my little babies. So we're walking back to Mr. Dinky. And it's actually good that I would rather my chipmunks hibernate and then I don't have to worry about their safety. So I feel very, thank you so much. There's Mr. Dinky. Look at that Dinky. There's Dinky. Mr. Dinky. Mr. Dinky. Feed the chickies, Dinky. Feed the chickies, my baby. There goes my Dinky. Okay, guys. You guys all have a great day. Thank you so much for all the badges today. I appreciate everything. I send my love. Hi, Jenny. Thank you again for the badges, Jenny. And I may see you guys later today, guys. Peace out. Love you.